The Crusades were a series of religious wars initiated by the Latin Church in the medieval period, primarily aimed at reclaiming Jerusalem and other holy sites from Muslim rule. The most famous and significant of these were the Crusades to the Holy Land, which occurred between the 11th and 13th centuries, the start of the Crusades. By the 7th century, Muslim armies had conquered vast territories, including the Levant, North Africa, and Spain. Jerusalem, which held significant religious importance for Christians, was taken by Muslims in 637 AD. In the 11th century, the Seljuk Turks, a Muslim power, took control of large parts of the Middle East, including Jerusalem. They defeated the Byzantine Empire at the Battle of Manzikert in 1071, causing alarm in Christian Europe. Christian pilgrimages to Jerusalem became increasingly dangerous due to the conflict and hostility in the region, heightening tensions. Council of Clermont, 1095. The First Crusade was launched after Pope Urban II delivered a sermon at the Council of Clermont in November 1095. He called for a holy war to reclaim Jerusalem and the Holy Land from Muslim control, appealing to both the nobility and the common people. The Pope promised spiritual rewards, including the remission of sins for those who took up the cross. The motivations for the Crusades were complex and included religious zeal, the desire for land and wealth, the promise of adventure, and the opportunity to gain prestige. The call was also driven by the Byzantine Emperor Alexios I's request for military aid against the advancing Seljuk Turks. The First Crusade, 1096 to 1099. Peasants' Crusade. A large number of peasants, inspired by religious fervor, set out for Jerusalem in what became known as the People's Crusade. This initial wave was largely unorganized and ended in disaster, with many participants being killed by the Turks. Noble-led crusade. The main body of the First Crusade, led by various European nobles, set out in 1096. After difficult and arduous campaigns, they successfully captured Jerusalem in 1099, establishing several Crusader states, including the Kingdom of Jerusalem. Massacre and aftermath. The capture of Jerusalem was marked by a brutal massacre of its Muslim and Jewish inhabitants. The Crusaders established Christian control over the Holy City, and several Crusader states were established in the region, which remained for about 2 centuries. The Crusades had a profound impact on both the Christian and Muslim worlds. They led to centuries of conflict between Christian and Muslim powers, influenced European politics, and brought about significant cultural and economic exchanges between East and West. The Crusades also left a lasting legacy of mistrust and hostility between the Christian and Muslim worlds. In Islamic history, the Crusades are seen as a period of external aggression by Western Christendom against the Muslim world. The Muslim response eventually culminated in leaders like Saladin, who successfully reconquered Jerusalem in 1187 during the Third Crusade, solidifying his status as a hero in Islamic tradition.